2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
What just happened? I was scrolling through TikTok the other day and I came in contact with that video. And to tell you guys, I was shocked. Like that was the last thing I expected this year. But here we are. Nikocado Avocado, the famous mukbang YouTuber, has had a wild and controversial journey when it comes to his health and online persona. When he first started his YouTube channel, he was this super skinny guy, and a lot of people tuned in because they liked his personality and found the whole mukbang thing interesting, as it was a relatively new concept at that time. His video consists of eating a meal while talking to his fans. But as his channel grew, so did his portion sizes, and soon his content became all about eating massive amounts of junk food. This extreme binge-eating content not only led to him gaining a significant amount of weight that must have caused him several health issues. It became part of his whole brand, and the weight gain was super noticeable over time. Naturally, a lot of his audience started to turn on him. People were constantly criticizing him for promoting such unhealthy habits, sometimes to the point where it wasn't just lighthearted teasing anymore. Even though the mukbang genre is all about eating on camera, Nick's take on it was extreme, and it made him the target of harsh backlash. He didn't help his case with his over-the-top, sometimes bizarre personality, which often came off as dramatic or toxic. Even in the mukbang community, he caused several controversies. Do you guys remember his controversy with Stephanie Sue? The two had worked together on a collab, but afterward, Stephanie came forward and publicly called him out. She accused Nick of manipulative and creepy behavior, saying he made her feel uncomfortable and even scared. She posted a video explaining the situation, complete with receipts, and it painted Nick in a really bad light. The drama exploded across the mukbang community, and viewers were split. Some still supported Nick, but a lot of people sided with Stephanie. This scandal was a major turning point in how people viewed Nick, and it only fueled the already growing criticism of his unhealthy lifestyle and online antics. The combination of his weight gain, unhealthy mukbang content, and constant involvement in drama made him a polarizing figure. While some viewers still found him entertaining, many couldn't look past the toxicity and the damage he seemed to be doing to both himself and others around him. Then, out of nowhere, Nikocado Avocado just disappeared from the internet. For about 7 months, there were no new videos, no updates. Just complete radio silence. His fans and even his critics were left wondering what was going on. Had he finally decided to step away from the mukbang lifestyle? Was something serious happening behind the scenes? There was a lot of speculation, but nobody really knew what was going on. Given his dramatic personality, people expected some sort of big reveal or explanation. When he finally returned, he dropped a massive bombshell. He had lost a ton of weight. In his new video, Nick looked almost unrecognizable. He was back to looking more like the old Nick from the early days of his YouTube career, before all the extreme mukbang content and weight gain. Naturally, people were shocked. For so long, his entire brand had revolved around excessive eating and weight gain, so to see him suddenly slimmed down caught everyone off guard. But what really took people by surprise was the explanation he gave for it. Nick claimed that the whole thing, his weight gain, his unhealthy eating habits, his entire mukbang persona, all been part of a social experiment. According to him, he wanted to see how people would treat him differently as he gained weight and how public perception would change. It was a bold claim, especially coming from someone who had been known for such extreme and often chaotic behavior. But people weren't exactly buying it. Skepticism spread fast. The idea that his years of binge eating and gaining weight had been part of some master plan felt like a stretch to a lot of viewers. For one, it's hard to imagine someone putting their health at risk for the sake of an experiment. Plus, many felt like Nick was just trying to spin the narrative and save face after years of public backlash. And the biggest question was, how had he managed to lose so much weight so quickly? It seemed almost too good to be true. Even though he claimed to have been working on his weight loss for a while, people were still puzzled. The sudden disappearance, followed by this massive transformation, made some think it wasn't just hard work or healthy eating that got him there. They questioned if he was being completely honest, especially since most people who go through such a dramatic weight loss in such a short time tend to have visible signs, like loose skin, which Nick didn't seem to have. It left many wondering whether there was more to the story than he was letting on. Nikocado Avocado has actually tried losing weight before.
And I'm gonna get my chase. Because I'm on a weight loss journey, even though I lost 89 pounds. Thank you very much.
But every time, he ended up gaining it all back. It became this cycle. He'd make a big deal about wanting to be healthier, maybe shed a few pounds, and then boom, back to his usual mukbangs, eating a ton of food, and putting the weight back on. It was kind of predictable at that point. People were just used to him talking about weight loss, but never actually sticking to it. But this time, his weight loss is way more extreme, and people are seriously skeptical. A lot of fans and even critics think his rapid transformation wasn't just from working out or dieting. They're saying he's on Ozempic. Ozempic is everywhere right now, and a lot of people are talking about it like it's some magic weight loss solution. It kind of makes sense why people think Nick could be on it. With how fast he dropped the pounds, it's not surprising that people are connecting the dots, especially since he doesn't have any loose skin or other signs you'd normally see with extreme weight loss. Of course, Nick hasn't admitted to using Ozempic or anything like that, but it's definitely a rumor that's flying around. Whether he's on it or not, this whole situation has people questioning how he managed to lose so much weight, considering his past struggles with staying consistent. It's just hard for people to believe that this time, it was all discipline and hard work. What's kinda wild is that even with all the weight he's lost, Nick doesn't seem like he's ready to quit mukbangs anytime soon. Like you'd think after dropping all that weight, he'd chill on the crazy eating videos. Nah, he's still doing them. It's like part of his whole thing. He's just not ready to let it go, even though it's what got him into the whole weight gain mess in the first place. But honestly, no matter what people are saying about how Nikocado Avocado lost the weight, I think it's pretty amazing that he managed to turn his life around and get in better shape. Like seeing how far he's come from where he was, it's impressive. Whether it's diet, exercise, or whatever, the fact that he committed and actually made a huge change is something a lot of people struggle with. It's not easy to shift gears when your whole brand was about eating crazy amounts of food, but he's done it. Even with all the rumors flying around, at the end of the day, you've got to respect the effort. Cool to see him looking healthier and taking care of himself, especially after all the drama and ups and downs he's had. He's clearly doing something right, and it's great to see him in a better place now.
Mwah. No balls.